Hey, what's happening, people? How y'all doing? Welcome to another episode of Messages in the Madness with yours truly, Vernon Longhorn Davis. He is I am he, one each. And I thank y'all for joining me for another Messages in the Madness Sunday. It's 8 o'clock Central. I'm here, you're here, and I thank y'all for being here. It's been a great and wonderful, fabulous week, and I pray that you have had the same because y'all know me. I always have a great week. I always have a fabulous week. I had grandbabies here visiting this weekend, so that was fun. We spent some time out in the pool. Hope you had a great Independence Day, 4th of July, whatever it is that you call it. And if you celebrated it, hope you enjoyed it with your family or friends or whomever you decided to hang out with. I hope that it was all that you needed it to be. If it was just a day of rest for you, I hope you got that day of rest because we all could use it. I know I could, and some of y'all may have seen me on Facebook. I actually got in the pool this week, so that was pretty cool. Hey, daughter, how you doing? Good to see you. Always glad to see you. Thanks for supporting. I did something this evening I thought was really, really pretty cool. I participated in a chat. Oh, not chat, but a virtual mental health symposium, if you will, and with other men of color, and that was really 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 good and really invigorating. And man, you learn some things you learn what some people are going through, and you sometimes we just don't even have a clue what other people are going through until they start talking about it, and you can identify with what they're saying. So yes, it was really good. I'm sorry I'm still bubbling about it. I do got a piece of good news to share with you guys. I am performing in Branson. Yes, I am. I'm performing in Branson this weekend. Really excited about that. Yeah. Well, I guess you could call Branson the Las Vegas of the Midwest or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I'm going there this weekend. So there's that. Really happy about that. Make sure you hit like or love, share the message. We are still broadcasting, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn. We're still out there. So, hey, support us if you will. Share that message with us. So, hey, Miss Charlotte, good to see you. Brother James, great to see you as well. DC Fluffy, glad to see you. You're in our prayers as always. Let's get this awesome and positive message. Yes, ma'am. That's exactly what we're going to do. I need to check on somebody right quick because I am not seeing them. So I'm checking my Facebook page to see if we are broadcasting to all our prospective locations, and we are. So, okay. A little concerned at the moment, but we're going to be all right. So, again, thank y'all for those of y'all out there that's watching but not saying anything. I see you. I ain't going to call you out, but I see you. Today's message is hey, Annette, thank you for making it. Brother Jim, brother, what? Prayers for the families and all. Yes, yes, the folks in Texas that lost their lives. And, we got a lot of folks down in Texas. So thank you for the reminder there, Jim. Appreciate that. Annette, thank you for joining us. I'm wondering where Miss Nanette is at because I'm not seeing her. Don't make me go look for her. So tonight's message, tonight's message is came to me from I was thinking about my mama. Hey Elizabeth, thank you. I'm glad that you're here too. But I was thinking about my mom and some of the wisdom my mama passed on to us in her own unique way. And one of the things that she passed on to me was stop saying you're sorry because you're not a sorry person. You can apologize, but you're not a sorry person. And that has been with me for my all my life. So uh brother Jim, good to see you, my friend, over there on LinkedIn. So tonight's show is called The Power of an Apology. Yes, Mama's wisdom. And again, to those of y'all that are watching out there, welcome to tonight's show. I'm grateful you're here. And tonight we're going to dig into something that's real, raw, and very necessary, in my humble opinion. Now, I like to keep it real with y'all. We've all heard the phrase never apologize. Folks say it like it's the gospel truth. Never apologize. Stay strong. Never show weakness. Never apologize. Do what you're going to do. Say it. Well, words have power. But tonight I'm here to tell you that's just not right. It's not accurate. It's harmful, actually. You see, My mama used to tell me something that stuck with me my entire life. And it did. She said, never say I'm sorry because you're not a sorry person. You can apologize for your actions. And let me say that again for the folks in the back. Never say I'm sorry because you're not a sorry person. You can apologize for your actions. And when I heard that, it meant something to me, but it didn't mean as much to me as it has as I've gotten older. And as I got older, the more that I would hear that in my head, it hit me deep. It really, really, really hit me deep when I heard it and felt it at the same time. Because you know what? There is a difference. There is a difference, a big difference between apologizing for who you are and apologizing for what you did. Big, big difference. When you tell someone I'm sorry, I'm sorry. What'd you say, James? You say I try to apologize when I need to. Yeah, there you go. But when you tell someone I'm sorry, sometimes you're unintentionally labeling yourself as a sorry person, like you're worthless or no good. But when I say, or when you say, I apologize for what I did, you're owning the behavior without diminishing your worth. I'm going to say that for you one more time. I apologize for what I did. And when you say that, you're owning the behavior without diminishing yourself, without diminishing your worth. And that's a huge, huge difference. And Mama had it right. She did. She had it right. See, an apology isn't about shrinking yourself down. It's about stepping up. It's about saying, I respect you enough to acknowledge the harm I caused. And at the same time, I respect myself enough to know that my worth doesn't disappear because I made a mistake. And it doesn't. You're human. You are human. You will make mistakes. As long as your butt is pointed towards the ground, you will make mistakes. But owning those mistakes is what's beautiful. You see, when we refuse to apologize, we're not being strong. We're being scared. We're afraid of losing face, of being vulnerable, of admitting we are human. But let's be real. Every single one of us has gotten it wrong at some point. Think about it. Think about a time when you hurt someone. Maybe it was a careless word or a broken promise or a moment of silence when you've spoken up. And I take that back. You didn't speak up. You should have spoken up. How might things been different if you said, hey, you know what? I apologize for my actions. I see the pain I caused and I want to make it right. Yes, I was wrong and I own it. How hard? There's power in those words. There's freedom in those words. And this happens in business too. This idea is so important. We're taught that apologizing is a sign of weakness, that it makes us look incompetent. But I've seen leaders who own their mistakes. And when they own their mistakes, they transform an entire organization. When a leader stands up and says, I apologize for this decision, it sends a message. It sends a message that says, I value integrity over ego. Yes, ego. Very small word that causes a lot of trouble. Ego. I care more about people than about looking perfect. And nobody's perfect. And guess what? When they've stepped up and owned it, people trusted them more. They wanted to work harder with them. They believed in them. They believed in their vision. They believed that this person was human because they took the time to own it. Makes a big difference. Um, let's see here. Y'all are talking to me in the chat. Clock that T. Nope, I don't know what clock that T means. Um, Andy says, I apologize to my wife for things I might do. Love you, brother. Love you too, man. Let's see. Replying to DC Fluffy, he might not know what that means. I know, right? I thought about that after I said it. Okay, I need to go back up and see what happened. I don't know what happened here, so I'm gonna let that go for right now. Okay. And for those of y'all that's watching, I hear Mr. Net upstairs moving around. Somebody want to send her a text message, make sure she's okay because she's not on the show. So, and y'all continue to pray for Miss Coley also. Now, in our personal lives, it's even more critical. I don't know. I don't know about y'all, but in my family, we didn't always see apologies modeled the right way. Yeah, I said modeled the right way. Oh, clock that T, show you right. Okay. Folks would hold on to that pride like it was gold. Yeah, because it was pride. They held on to it like it was a winning lottery ticket. They'd say, I ain't apologizing to nobody for nothing. I ain't apologizing for shit. As if that was something to brag about. But all it really did was build walls between people who loved each other. That's what it did. It built walls between people who loved each other. Yeah. When I finally understood what Mama meant, that I could apologize for my actions without calling myself sorry, it changed. It changed me. It changed the way I move through the world. It changed the way I interact with people. It changed and it helped me to raise my children to be able to say, I apologize and not say I'm sorry. Yeah. I remember a time I heard a close friend. I heard a close friend with something I said. It wasn't intentional, but it cut them deep. We stopped talking, and I kept telling myself, well, they'll get over it. They're overreacting. They know I didn't mean it like that. But deep down inside of me, I knew. I knew I was wrong. I knew I was dead wrong, like two left shoes. So what did I do? I went and saw them. I didn't call them. I went and saw them. I could have called, but I went and saw them so they could look me in my face and see it. And I said, I apologize for what I said. I apologize for what I did. I didn't realize the impact, but I see it now. You didn't deserve that. That one apology opened the floodgates. We talked for hours. We healed. And we're still friends to this day. Whereas that could have been a friendship that I could have lost forever. But it meant something to me. And all it took was a real apology. A real apology. An authentic apology is not about making yourself small. It's not. It's about making the relationships bigger. And let me tell you this. An apology without change is just empty words. You can apologize all day long, but if you don't mean it, you might as well just shut up. And I know it's rude to say shut up, but you might as well do that because it's just as rude as an empty apology. If you apologize and keep doing the same thing, that's ain't an apology. That's called manipulation. That's what that's called. So tonight, I want to challenge all of us to think. Think about it. Who do we need to apologize to? Who have we hurt, whether it was intentional or unintentionally, that we could actually reach out to and say, I apologize for my actions? And sometimes that person is ourselves. Yeah, sometimes we need to apologize to ourselves. We beat ourselves up for mistakes, for choices we made when we didn't know better. Because as you know, I say it all the time, when you know better, you do better. We beat ourselves up for moments when we were scared, lost, or just trying to survive. We was doing what we had to do, but we made those mistakes. Maybe tonight is a night you say to yourself, I apologize to you for being so hard on you. Because we are so hard on ourselves for whatever reasons. We don't give ourselves grace. We don't give ourselves the grace we give to others. Yeah, you're right, DC. Some folks need to apologize to themselves. James says, my grandfather was the first adult I heard apologize to an adult. That's awesome. But yeah, we need to apologize to ourselves. We need to apologize to ourselves for expecting perfection when you were just doing your best. You were doing the best that you could do. And can't nobody take that from you. You are not a sorry person. You are a growing, learning, evolving human being that made mistakes along the way. You are not perfect, never will be perfect, can't be perfect in any form. And you deserve forgiveness from others and from yourself. You deserve it. And there's nothing nobody can say that says you don't deserve it, because you do. You beautiful person. You are a beautiful person that made a mistake. So from LinkedIn, it says, how can I honestly forgive anyone else if I can't objectively forgive myself? The first thing I learned in sales was to set my ego aside. And that's very true. But I'm going to answer that question for you. How can I honestly forgive anyone else if I can't objectively forgive myself? Take out can't, because you can if you choose to. If you want to, you can forgive yourself. And I'm speaking from experience. You can, if you decide you really want to. All it takes is for you to look yourself in the mirror and say, I forgive you. I forgive myself for my past transgressions. I know what I did was wrong. And you ain't got to say it because you know what you're talking about, but it was wrong. And I'm sorry. It's really that simple. But you got to actually want to do it. You actually got to want to do it. Now, let's also talk about boundaries, because some folks over apologize for everything. They say, I'm sorry when they ask a question, when they express a need, when they take up space. They say, I'm sorry. What are you apologizing for? Listen to me clearly. You never need to apologize for existing. You never need to apologize for setting boundaries. You never need to apologize for your truth. You ain't got to apologize for nobody for telling it like it is. I got a bad habit of saying it because I say, hey, man, you know what? I'm sorry, but I'm just going to tell you like it is. And I have found myself apologizing for speaking my truth. Apologize for your actions when they hurt someone. Yeah. But don't confuse that with apologizing for being who you are. Unless you just wrong, or you apologizing for who you are is just makes no sense. Unless you're just an evil, bad, manipulative person that you need to apologize for, if that makes sense. Mama's words echo in my mind every time I hear somebody say, I'm sorry. And I just want to tell them you're not a sorry person. Just apologize for your actions and keep it moving because you're not a sorry person. And that would be true. And that's not me telling them how to live. I just want to remind them that they're not a sorry person. I think we like to say, you can hate the player, but don't hate the player. Don't hate the game. Hate the play. That one play, even when it cost us the game. When we understand that difference, we walk lighter. We build deeper connections. We become more authentic leaders in the business world. We're better parents, better uncles and aunts and cousins. We're better partners. We're better friends when we understand that difference. So tonight, let's break free from that old tired idea that never apologize is strong. It's not. Let's redefine strength as the courage to own our actions, to repair the harm we cause, and to love ourselves through the process. Because as y'all hear me say, it's always a process. And being able to love ourselves through that process is what makes the difference. Taking the word can't out of what we need to do makes a difference. And you can honestly forgive yourself and anyone else if you take out can't and look in the mirror at yourself in your reflection and say it. Say it and mean it. Never apologize is not strong. And yeah, we do need to redefine strength as the courage to own our actions, to repair the harm we cause, and to love ourselves through that process. I think the world needs more apologies, not performative ones, not big grandioso actions, but sincere, heartfelt apologies, real apologies that come from the bottom of your feet. Not, I'm sorry if you were offended. Not those apologies. I'm talking about real. I see what I did and I take responsibility apologies. The real apologies. Owning your shit. The kind that heals. the kind that frees. So as we wrap up tonight, I want to ask you, I want you to ask yourself, who needs to hear from me tonight? What bridges have I let burn because I wouldn't apologize? Where do I need to offer myself some forgiveness? Those are strong. I want you to ask yourself that. Who needs to hear from me tonight? What bridges have I left burn? I let them burn because I wouldn't apologize. Where do I need to offer myself some forgiveness? Because at the end of the day, pride might feel real good in that moment, but love is what lasts. It always does. So that's my message for tonight, y'all. Yes, we're going to continue to pray for Sister Coley and everybody else that we've missed on the show. I thank you all for being here, for sharing this space with me tonight. I am grateful. Remember, you're not a sorry person. You are worthy. You are strong enough to own your actions, and you are strong enough to heal. So let's go make it right. Let's do that. Guys, if y'all have nothing else for me in the chat, I thank y'all. I want you to have a great and wonderful, awesome week going forward. And as we say every week, this has been another episode of Messages in the Madness with yours truly, Vernon Longhorn Davis. I love you. God loves you. Take care of yourself. Love yourself. Respect yourself. Take care of them kids. Respect our vets. God bless you. Until next Sunday, $2.